There's a young man in our brotherhood who has an issue. He has an issue of he understands exactly what he wants to say and he wants to explain it perfectly and he knows exactly how to. But his words do not formulate in a way where he can explain himself. A lot of people have this issue where you know exactly what you want to say and you know exactly how to explain it, but you can't bring about the words. You just can't say it in the way you want to say it. You want to explain something to someone, but you just don't know the right way to say it. This man struggled with that issue. 23-year-old man in our brotherhood, and that inspired me to make this video. You have something to explain and you literally cannot project your ideas into the world, into the universe. That can be very, very detrimental for success in all realms. Whether that be business, relationships, just normal conversation between friends, school. There can be many, many bad effects to having this trait of not being able to explain yourself correctly. Bro, I remember the fucking pain, the annoyance I would have literally being a little kid, like in the middle of a friend group, and I'm trying to explain something. I'm just trying to say this, and nobody can fucking understand me. My idea would be insane. I'd be like playing video games, I'd be doing something, and I'd be trying to explain something, and my voice would literally just there would be a clog, like a block. I'm trying to explain an idea, and I cannot. I literally cannot. Do you see what I just did there? I used a psychological technique of influence in this video, and I'm wondering if you caught it. What we'll be discussing in this video is a bunch of techniques, a bunch of not methods, a bunch of ways to project your ideas and influence people with the way you speak your voice. I'll later explain exactly what I used to hook your attention and influence you for a second there. I'm wondering if you caught it. I remember back in high school and middle school, we had these friend groups. All of us were, there wasn't really gigantic friend groups. We were split into little friend groups. And you might be like this as well. I know I was. But for a long time, a very long time, I would be like the silent, mysterious one. You know, the guy that's like literally just trying like the Sigma male with like trying to expand his jawline when he walks so that the girls look at him and everyone thinks he's like, oh, the mysterious fucking Chad. I did that, bro. I remember being like sitting in class, hard mewing, just literally trying to fucking like pop my jawline and stay silent. And especially like during break times and recess, whatever you fucking Americans call them. I'd literally just be sitting and everyone would be having a conversation, everyone would be talking, and I'd just be sitting there. looking into the fucking sky, just thinking like, yeah, bro, I'm so fucking mysterious. I bet all the bitches want me right now. What I didn't realize is this actually gave the opposite effect. You see, when you stay silent, bro, when you stay silent and you give this like the fucking jawline thing. I remember doing this so much. When you stay silent, you are invisible. You are literally invisible. Nobody, bro, you are not the fucking Patrick Bateman Sigma male type shit. You are not Batman. Okay? So you need to stop doing that shit of being, the silenced fucking jawline guy. Stop. Stop it. You're not fucking Patrick Bateman. You are not a Sigma male. I remember doing this so much and it gave me the opposite effect of what I wanted. Literally, I wanted, to be mysterious and attractive and... No, I literally was invisible. Instead of being mysterious, I was literally fucking invisible. Nobody looked at me. So you better stop this. If you want to have the effect of influence and people listening to you and, being regarded as a respectable person, using your voice in a way that influences people. You stop that fucking mysterious jawline shit. You stop that shit, bro. You stop it. You stop the idea that silence is mystery, because it is not. You are not fucking mysterious. Okay, you are a young man, 18 to 25. You are not mysterious whatsoever. Just relax. What we're going to discuss right now is how to be better with your voice. How to use the levers of influence to speak to people in a way that makes them pay attention to you. Because if you hold people's attention in today's modern day, you will have hordes and hordes of followers, people who look up to you, success, wealth. Attention economy, bro. Remember, attention economy. So what we'll be discussing is how to use influence in your voice. I recently started reading this book, Influence by Robert Cialdini. I've recently started reading this book and I can already tell how beneficial this will be to the audience growth. One little thing I've learned is I'm gonna give you like a little study that they gave in this in the book. You're waiting in line for a printer, like there's a printer that everyone like pays 1 fucking cent for to print some papers. You're waiting in line and a person says, "Hey, do you mind if I skip the line?" 60% of the time they said, "Sure, go ahead." And he did the same experiment. He said, "You mind if I skip the line because I have to print?" It's, yeah, well, no shit, you have to print. He just added because I have to print. It's obvious he'd have to print. May I skip the line because I have to print versus may I skip the line, period. People like to have a reason to do something. 60% of the people, yeah, sure, they said skip the line. When the guy said, may I skip the line? Just may I skip the line? When the guy said, may I skip the line because I have to print, 94% allowed them to skip the line. Allowed them to skip the line. The reason for this, there's a trigger word, and the trigger word is because. He said because. Because of X. So a little tip I'm gonna give you before we get into the juice of this video. When you wanna make someone do you a favor, use the word because. Even if it's a bullshit reason. May I use your car because it looks nice? Literally, bro. It sounds stupid, it sounds fucking retarded. But if you give a bullshit reason, it is infinitely better than giving no reason. Hey man, may I use your car? Will have a much lower success rate than, hey man, may I use your car because I really like its color. I know it sounds stupid, bro, but the fucking studies, this guy's like a PhD psychologist thing. Fucking studies on this shit. So use the word because. Now let's get into the juice of this video. There's a few things you can do to use your voice in a way that influences people. The first thing, you cannot, and I mean you cannot be one of those guys that literally speaks so in such a low voice with such like pity to himself. You have to have a loud, like literally a loud booming voice. And I don't mean shout and scream, do this and do this. Don't be a dickhead with it. Just have a loud, powerful voice. You cannot be one of those people that have like such a shallow voice. I remember being in class and someone would like raise their hand and ask the teacher something. His voice would be so low and the teacher would have to walk all the way from the top of the class just to hear him. And it would literally be like the most fucking cringe experience. Like, just speak up, bro. You have a voice, a vocal box, voice box. You have a voice box. Use it. Speak loud. Have a booming voice. Do not shout. I use my voice in a way where it's loud and it's booming and it like vibrates your fucking core. But I'm not shouting. I'm speaking in a loud, influential way. Like I'm speaking to a crowd. I'm speaking to a crowd. I'm speaking to you, yet I'm speaking to a crowd. You want to have a loud, booming voice. Hold people's attention with it, bro. Hey man, I really liked what you did today. It's super nice and I don't know what. That's bullshit. Fucking speak to them with like a booming voice. A loud voice. Train this. If you're one of those guys that has like a low, shallow voice, you better be training it in a way that you like make your voice vibrate their core, man. Speak to them. And when you do this, I didn't even think of this wasn't one of the things I bullet pointed, but you hold eye contact. Second thing you want to do is you hold eye contact. One of the things a lot of people ask me when like in private is, bro, how do you speak to the camera? You hold such strong eye contact with the camera. How do you do this? Why do I feel so connected to what you're saying? And the reason is eye contact. I'm holding strong eye contact with you right now. I'm not like looking away I'm not speaking to you like this where it's just like, yeah, you have to have a loud voice and I'm holding strong eye contact. Psychologically, this changes someone, like their belief of you. you think you're more authoritative, you know exactly what you're talking about. It's much better than just, yeah, man, may I please like borrow your car? Because, no. You look into their eye and you speak to them. You want to have influence, bro, you cannot be a bitch. You cannot be a bitch with the way you speak. So you have a loud, booming voice and you speak to them while maintaining eye contact. Don't be weird with it, like, just fucking stare at them. But hold your eye contact. Don't be afraid of that shit, man. Literally, hold your eye contact, especially when you fucking go for a handshake, bro. These people who shake... Oh, man. You better be holding eye contact, especially when shaking hands. In conversations, hold eye contact. Alright? The third thing, very important, is literally having a bigger size. Especially in the neck and like the upper traps area. I might be like, what? Bigger size? There's an advantage to having size to you. Since like the dawn of the caveman days, bro. There has been advantage to having size. Especially in influential positions. I'm gonna give you like a black-pilling fucking statistic right now. Most presidents are above 6 feet. Most CEOs are above 6 feet. So having height and size is a very, very good advantage. Now, this does not mean you fucking end your life because you're not above 6 feet tall, alright? I'm like 5'9" on a good day. Yet I still have the influence of hundreds of people who look up to me. This does not... The reason I said size is because there are two ways you can control your size. Obviously, the first one is height. You can't really do much about it. The second one is your literal like width. And of course, we all know how to change this. Go start lifting, start working out, build your delts, train your fucking neck, train your neck, train your traps. Train your, literally the yoke muscles, train your upper back, your delts, your neck, your traps. You literally become wider. Increase your weight. Bulk, bulk, bulk. People on a bulk, bro. When you get up to like a good weight, you are gonna be in for some surprise. People will literally treat you differently because of your size. They will treat you differently because of your size. So if you are not like in the gym, if you are not lifting, if you are not bulking, and you want to use your voice to influence more people, people will listen to you more because you have a bigger size. Literally. So if you're blessed with height, then good for you. We can't change height, okay? So we're just gonna forget about it. I gave you that statistic just because I'm authentic. And I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, being height has no advantage. It does. Being tall has no advantage. It does. Of course it does. But you can compensate. Get wider. Like I'm 5'9", and I'd literally be speaking to like fucking 6'3", 6'4" guys, and they'd be paying attention well because I had value to what I was saying and because I knew how to influence people. Speak in a way that influences people. With your size, you couple this with your size, bro, boom. Like literally flourishing in how people listen and treat you. Size is extremely important. It's literally your first impression, and we know how important first impressions are. So build your size and bulk and bulk and bulk. If you can get to 200 pounds, magnificent. Okay, try and make... My dream weight is 200 pounds and maybe cut down to 180. Bulk and bulk and bulk, especially if you're in the teenage years. Bulk and bulk and bulk and bulk. And add size to you and see how much your influence will grow. Add size. The fourth thing is authenticity. One thing the Brotherhood really fucks with me about is how authentic I am. Bro, I tell you about my down bad past. I tell you about, bro, that fucking day during my, the horrendous past I had where I jacked off 30 times in a single day. I say that, I make myself vulnerable to my audience, to my Brotherhood. People don't think... There's a reason I do this. There's a fucking psychological reason. And I'm not lying to you. I'm being authentic to you right now. I'm telling you there's a psychological reason I am authentic to you. I'm authentic to you because you relate to me more. And when you relate to me more, you fuck with me so much more. You stick here and you watch my content more and more. I don't just bullshit you and say, oh, do this and do this. No, I am authentic. I do not lie with anything. I tell you my fucking down bad past. And people think, no, people will look at me like I'm a fucking... loser because I told them about my shitty past where I jacked off 30 times in a day. Bro, people will fucking stick to you. They will stick to you like glue because they've never heard anyone on the internet say, oh, I've jacked off 30 times. These are all fucking psychological tactics. I say this to get you hooked onto what I say. And of course I don't lie, making myself vulnerable is a tactic, literally. It's a tactic I use to get you hooked onto me. So being authentic, and not only does it get you hooked onto me, it gets the people I want hooked onto me. It gets the people that relate to me hooked onto me. Authenticity, bro. I'm authentic. I tell you exactly the shit I went through. Literally, the pain, the struggle I went through, I tell you it. Every down bad moment, bro. Every negative thought, every bro. Oh man. Every fucking negative thought. I tell you. Authenticity is extremely rare nowadays. You don't see it with any influencers, and that's why you are addicted to my content. You are addicted to my content because I literally feel like a father to you, or a friend, someone you can relate to. That's why you fuck with my content so hard. Authenticity. And so when you're in a group of people, if you can be authentic and if you can get people to relate to you, they will listen. Especially if you've started at a point they relate to and you're now at a point they want to be. They will fucking love you. Like, I was skinny fat, for example, and I had the shit physique. And now look at my physique. I struggled with women, and now you know I don't. I struggled with making friends, and now you know I don't. I struggled with like inferior thoughts, inferiority complexes, and now you know I don't. You've seen I tell you the story of my growth. You relate to it. Storytelling, authenticity, you relate to it. And so if you want to influence people in a way that makes them relate to you and just want to know more and more and more and more about you, you relate to them with authenticity. You completely remove all barriers, all filters, and you stay fucking authentic. No lies, no filters. Authenticity. The fifth thing you want to do is you want to call out interruptions. When you're speaking in a group of people and someone rudely interrupts you, first of all, if you allow it to happen, you are giving him, you aren't punishing him for bad behavior. You are telling him, literally, you are telling his brain, say, it's fine, just interrupt, it's okay. That is not a bad action. You are allowing his brain perceives that to be an okay action. You do not want that. You cut it off and you cut it off immediately. I'm speaking and then this happens in the brotherhood calls we have, and people are learning. Someone speaks and interrupts someone else, immediately there's a call out. I do this a lot and I always catch it. Someone interrupts me when I speak, I say, hey bro, don't interrupt me. And don't be disrespectful with it. Just say, hey man, I was speaking, you cut me off, don't do that. You're not being disrespectful, you're calling out an interruption. Hey bro, you interrupted me, don't do that. Do not be disrespectful with it. You call out interruptions. And then you teach their brain that that is a bad action. And the psychological impact of this is there's no reward for them interrupting you. If you reward someone every time they do something, they're gonna keep doing it. It feels good. They're gonna keep doing it. If they can interrupt you and throw in their sentence, that's their reward. They now have your attention. Don't give them that reward. You cut them off. Or you don't cut them off, you stop their interruption. You intercept that shit. You catch that fly in the air. And you say, don't interrupt me. No disrespect. You don't want to be disrespectful with it. You just say, hey man, don't interrupt me, I was speaking. We do not reward unwanted behavior. Number 6, and this is exactly what I used in the beginning of the video. It is to get emotional to hold attention. When I was speaking in the middle of the video telling you about my childhood and how I couldn't speak and blah blah blah, I was getting into an emotional rant. Not rant, but I was getting emotional. If you get emotional and you use it right, you will hold attention for the entire period, the entire length of your sentence or paragraph. Emotion evokes feelings in someone psychologically. And if you do this right, they will literally word by word trail what you are saying. literally zoom in into every fucking sentence you are saying. They will pay attention hard. And so if you want to emphasize something, really, really hard, exactly like what I'm doing right now, you say it with emotion, you say it with conviction, and you say it with effort. You see what I'm doing, bro? You've been paying attention to that sentence because it was full of emotion. Most of what I say to you is full of emotion. It's full of. I don't speak in a very monotone. I don't speak in a very monotone way of you should be speaking in emotion. I speak in a way where I speak fully of emotion. This is something you learn as you become as you grow and if you're like a YouTuber or like an influencer of some sort. This is something you will learn as you grow. You must speak with like fucking conviction if you want people to listen to you. Emotion. You speak with your balls, man. You speak with your balls and you mix in the fucking emotional spectrum and people will listen. People will listen. Now I'm not saying be emotional. I'm saying speak with emotion. Get into emotional rants to have them hooked. And this does not contradict with stoicism, by the way, because like I said, I'm not telling you to be emotional. You just speak with emotion, simply, and they will be hooked onto your words. Now you don't have to do this in every conversation. You can have your monotone moments, you know. You don't have to be you don't have to go to the fucking cashier and be like, I want this yogurt bowl. I'm sure it will taste absolutely incredible. You don't need to do that, bro. When you want to hook someone's attention, you do that. Think about it. If I go up to the cashier and ask him, bro, this yogurt bowl is looking absolutely magnificent. The finasteride compounds, I don't know what. He'll be hooked. Of course he'll be hooked. But you don't want to hook everyone onto what you're saying. If you want to hook someone, be emotional with your speech. Now the last thing you can do, and this is like top tier fucking advice. And you've been hearing this since you were a child. This is what like pretty much most of this book is about. Legendary book. How to Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It is before the interaction you become the other person. You literally transport your mind like fucking instant transmission into their body. And you become that person. And you see how would they view the situation. Say you're trying to convince someone of like buying your product. You before you even like pitch anything to them, you become that person. You literally like transport yourself into their soul and have their own POV of you speaking to them. Why would they listen to you? What do they gain? Does he speak in a convicting way? Am I hooked onto what he's saying? Is he emotional? Does he have something? Does he have value? Or is he just like, some guy that's trying to fucking speak to me? That's why so many of you are unsuccessful with women. Because you fucking batch DM these fucking girls on Instagram. Hey, you're so pretty, you're so cute. Bro, they get 500 of those a day. So if you got, think of this, POV, if you got messages from 500 women per day saying, oh bro, you look so handsome. That extra one doesn't matter to you. It's literally, okay, cool. I won't even open the message. Nothing caught my eye. So POV, literally POV, you put yourself into their shoes. You understand their point of view, their psychology. And this is how you really level up your influence. Before I make my videos, I put myself in your POV. Would he like this video? Would he see the title? And would he want to click? That's why the channel is so healthy. That's why the Discord is so full of people, so active. There's channels with like 10 times the amount of subscribers I have. Their channel isn't healthy. It's not healthy at all. Every time I pick up momentum, the channel is so fucking healthy. The Discord is healthy. The Brotherhood is healthy. Because I put myself in your POV. If you have any doubts of what I learned, and if you think what I'm saying, is wrong, you have the audience in front of you as proof. You have the hundreds of men looking up to what I say as proof. This shit works. You have the people in the Brotherhood as proof. Influence. The shit I taught you is proof. You have an entire fucking community in front of you that I built with my bare hands. If that isn't proof, then I don't know what is. I'm learning more and more by the day, and the audience will pop very soon. You know the success J curve I always talk about. The audience will explode very soon. The brotherhood will explode because of the things I'm learning. Literally, it all comes back to how you can speak, how you can sell your ideas to people, how I can sell myself to you. Personal branding. It all comes back to personal branding. You fuck with my personal branding and you join the brotherhood. It's that simple. You join our community. Every day I learn more and more. Literally secrets, fucking secrets that people don't know about. All this knowledge, I'm learning day by day. And I realize, holy fuck, I'm gonna apply this and the audience will pop. The audience will pop because of these secrets I'm learning. All the knowledge I'm gaining, every little secret I gain from these books and from these experiences I go have outside of my life, I'm putting it into the higher brotherhood. And so if you want to learn like the secrets I learned to build the audience, I'm going to make a course, by the way. I'm going to make a course on public speaking and growing an audience, like a YouTube course, an Instagram course, how you can build your audience. It's like, it's in the super early, it's in my mind, right? It's being formulated. But if you want to have that, it's a free course. If you want to have it, just join the higher brotherhood. If you want to be in a network of entrepreneurs who are literally getting rich, escaping the fucking system and growing their mindsets, you can join the higher brotherhood. It is literally my best, my most premium product. Any future courses I make will be put in there and you get it for free. Any knowledge I gain will be put there and you will get it for free. Any knowledge of the high level entrepreneurs you will gain for free. Or you can just go back to watching Netflix. It's okay. Stay in your fucking shit zone and smoking weed. I hope you found value in this video. I worked a lot on this one. You can subscribe if you want to, and welcome to our brotherhood.